Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss one of the important consequence of Lorentz transformation, that is time dilation. Consider an inertial frame of references in which at a point x a clock is located. Consider another frame of reference S dash that S dash frame is moving with velocity v relative to the S frame. At time t equals 0, let the origins O and O dash coincide. Suppose an observer is located in the S frame at the origin O and an observer is located in the S dash frame at origin O dash. In the S dash frame also a second identical clock is fixed. Now we consider two events occurred in the S frame. The time interval noted for the first event by the clock in S frame be T1, and for the second event the time interval noted by the clock in S frame be T2. Then the time interval between the two events T1 minus T2. Suppose the time interval is denoted as tau, that is tau equals T1 minus T2. The event occurred in the S frame and the clock is situated in the S frame. So, the time interval noted by the clock in S frame is the proper time interval. Now, consider this time noted by the observer O dash be T1 dash and T2 dash. Event occurred in the S frame and the time is noted by the observer in the S dash frame. The S dash frame is moving with velocity v. So, T1 dash is related to T1 by Lorentz transformation equation. T1 dash equal T1 minus Vx by c square by root of 1 minus v square by c square, where v is the velocity of S dash frame, and T2 dash, that is for the second event occurred in the S frame, time noted by the observer in the S dash frame. T2 dash equal T2 minus Vx by c square divided by root of 1 minus v square by c square. The two events occurred at the same position. So, here also x, and for the first event also the position x, and for the second event also the position x. Only the time changes, that is T1 and T2 for the observer in S frame, T1 dash and T2 dash for the observer in S dash frame. Then the time interval between the two events noted by the observer in S dash frame can be denoted as tau dash equal T1 dash minus T2 dash equals T1 minus Vx by c square by root of 1 minus v square by c square minus T2 minus Vx by c square by root of 1 minus v square by c square, that is equal T1 minus T2 by root of 1 minus v square by c square, that is tau dash equals tau by root of 1 minus v square by c square. Here the two events occurred in the S frame. So, the time interval noted by the clock in S frame is the proper time interval, that is tau is the proper time interval and tau dash is the relative time interval. So, we got proper time interval tau equals tau dash into root of 1 minus v square by c square. If v is very much less than c, that is the velocity of S dash frame is very much less than c, then this term v square by c square approximately equals 0. Then we got tau equals tau dash, that is this This relation is valid for particles moving with a velocity comparable to the velocity of light. Now we are going to discuss the significance of this relation. If we look into this relation, it is clear root of 1 minus v square by c square, 1 minus quantity. So it will be a fraction. So tau proper time interval equals a fraction times tau dash. That is, the proper time interval is always less than the relative time interval. That is, for this time interval is less in the inertial frame S, for an observer in the S dash frame. That is, proper time interval is less than the relative time interval. The time interval will be less means the clock in that frame appears to run slow for an observer in the S dash frame. For an observer in the S dash frame, clock in S will appear to run slow. Now we consider if the event occurred in the S dash frame, the two events occurred in the S dash frame, then for the observer S, the time noted by the observer in the S frame will be the relative time interval, and the time interval noted by an observer in the S dash frame is the proper time interval if the event occurred in the S dash frame. So relative time is always greater than the proper time interval. This concept is called a time dilation. Time dilation is one of the important consequences of Lorentz transformation, and this time dilation concept occurs only for particles moving with velocity comparable to the velocity of light, and each observer sees the clock in other to be running slow. Now let us look into this problem. An athlete has learned enough physics to know that he measures from the earth a times interval on a moving spacecraft. What he finds will be greater than what somebody on the spacecraft would measure. That is, it means if an event occurs in the spacecraft, then the time interval, time noted by the observer in the spacecraft is the proper time, and the time noted by an observer in the earth is the relative time. He knows the relative time is greater than the proper time. He therefore proposes to set a world record of 100-meter dash by having his time taken by an observer on a moving spacecraft. Is this a good idea? Here the answer comes, the event occurred in the earth. So if the event occurred in the earth, the time noted by an observer on the earth is the proper time. The time noted by an observer in the spacecraft is the relative time. Here he suggests the time taken by an observer on a moving spacecraft for an event occurred in the earth. The time taken by an observer on a moving spacecraft for an event occurring on the earth is the relative time. So this is not a good idea, since the time interval noted by an observer on the spacecraft is greater than the time interval noted by an observer on the earth. Due to this is the concept of time dilation. The relative time is always greater than the proper time. Thank you.